What's up, savages? And everyone that claims to be a savage, and everyone being a fake savage. Even if you're a savage in training, no part time savages. You got to be striving towards savagery, discipline, accountability. You can't call yourself a savage when you're fucking weak. You can't call yourself a savage when you're influenced by everything around you. You can't call yourself a savage when you're pulled in with everyone who's trying to make everything a competition, be competitive and comparison in this flex all, look at me society. If you're pulled in by those things, if you're too weak to leave the relationship that's unhappy, that's miserable, if you're too weak to leave the job, if you're too weak to get your ass up and get going, if you're too weak to hold yourself accountable first before you hold anyone else accountable, you got to live your life through action first. If you're too weak to do any of those things and many more, I don't know what I need to keep adding to the fucking list. People talk about this a lot. The strongest woman I know, the strongest man I know. And this is going to get under y'all's skin a little bit. Some of these people I hear y'all refer to, I know you and those people. And some of them I care about. I either care about them, I care about their well-being, and I love them, one or both. And some are not the strongest men or women you know. They're definitely not the strongest men or women I know. You don't get strength from staying and putting up with shit. That's not how you gain strength and power and discipline. If you are influenced, persuaded, and manipulated by anything and everything around you from what the fuck people think of you, the main thing, your coworkers, your friends, the people you grew up with, even your family, yes. Hold on to your seats again on this one. Even your parents, grandparents, and siblings. At the end of the day, you have to live with the regret of what you did or didn't do. So I don't know the title of this podcast yet. I had about 3 different things that were stirring on my mind, and I want to jump back on here. Today, nothing special except you'll see in me. I got 2 of these right now that are still good. You see me this in a bunch. You'll see it in other pictures. Always representing what I'm about and what I believe in someone else is about. My body legacy, my boy. We ain't even seen each other but once or twice in person. This is how people that speak the same fucking language go in the same direction. Iron sharpens iron. That's what we do. And just got my basic Costa shirt on today. It got cold. Check it out. This part of North Texas, Monday, it was in the 90s in February. And it's beautiful last 6 or 7 days. Since Monday, today is Wednesday, it's dropped to about 55 degrees. We got this for a day or two, and then I think we're back by Friday and the weekend in the 70s, and we got some rain. 54-degree temperature drop in 2 days. So, again, I don't like being cold for not even 10 or 15 minutes. So today was a gym day. If I needed to run, I would have ran anyway. I end up training 3 times in 2 days as far as my running and training outside. Monday, I got 1 in, unexpected, and Tuesday I got 2 in. And so today was a gym day, running errands, and I didn't have a big workload, but I got a lot done. And I'm already kind of tired, and I still got to get off here and do some more shit. The thing is I just wonder what we identify as strength and discipline and things like this, and the way we live and the things that we say, the things that we post, the things that we are worried about are directly related to the concern of other people. We can say it it took me years to realize this. Even if I said I didn't give a fuck what people thought, or what they say don't matter, or fuck those people, by my actions of what I did or didn't do still told me that I did give a fuck. We don't even notice it. We care about the opinions of others more than we care about what we think of ourselves. And again, a lot of the podcasts and the conversations I have with you guys is because it fits across the board on different things. We have to ask ourselves why. You'll see little things on Instagram or any audio books or some of the stuff that I study. It'll say, well, you should care what your employer thinks. You should care what these people think. In a nutshell, why would it matter if your character speaks for itself? How you live your life, how you treat others, being a person of accountability, being a person of action, being a person of high value, being a person of character, being a person of discipline, being a person of your word, the best of your ability, being a person of dependability, of accountability. Loyalty only goes so far. There's no open-ended expiration date on loyalty just because you're working a fucking job or a relationship when they haven't been loyal to you. Let's hold the reins on that one. We'll talk about that later. The only way you give a fuck what people think, and again, you're worried about not letting them not letting you in your club. You're worried about not getting invited. You're worried about not having fucking something to do. You're worried about people gossiping. You're worried about not getting the promotion. You're worried about not getting the raise. See, this is what we do with the social media world we live in. I see it happen to me all the time. People know that I know. They know I know who they are. My work ethic, the kind of valuable person I am, yes, I'm saying it. My dependability, my word, my character, how I treat others with respect to start with and let them earn their disrespect from there. How I don't take shit. I don't dish nothing out that I can't expect back. If I can't accept it and deal with it back, I do not dish it out. Remember when you get ready to play with me. I don't think I'm a badass. I just know what I'm capable of. I don't fuck around. That don't mean I don't have little relationships with people that we have had a bond and certain understanding over the years. But I don't fuck around and I don't play. I don't let fucking people play with me. And the reason I don't let people play with me is because I don't have time for the shit. Another reason is most people, especially men, there's always some truth to that shit. Those little jokey jokes and those little jabs and little busting your chops, joking around, they fucking mean that shit. There's always some truth. They're fucking testing you. They're testing us, see what they can get away with. So I put a stop to it usually after the first time. I don't do it. So if I don't do it, I don't expect it back. Worried about that shit. We're more worried about what people think than we are accomplishing what we can in this fucking short life. Living life on our terms. So see, I'm not sure the title of this podcast yet, but I was going to do this. Remember, if I don't title this podcast today, going forward in the future, let me add this. Remember this. This is so important. I don't remember. I had a whole page written on this. I got to get my notebooks more organized. I have it all there, and if I dig through it, I can find it all. I probably have 30, 40 notebooks over the years. Yes, I'm good about getting that stuff done. I'm not good about putting it in order like I need to. So when I get ready to structure everything, restructure everything, I'm going to have to go back. I'm not going to rewrite it, but I'm going to have to reorder it. Anyway, remember this. When you're not ashamed of things that other people are ashamed of, they want to make you feel like you should be ashamed of them. That is another superpower. Not that you did anything wrong. Not that we did anything wrong. It's what society and traditional mindsets and rituals and stuff that has been passed down from generation to generation of what has been drilled into your head, drilled into our head and brainwashed of what they told us is wrong or right. And don't get started on your religious shit either. When you're not ashamed of what people are ashamed of, and you do what you do out in the open and speak and live openly what they do privately on the down low, lie about or dishonest about, People either gravitate to you. No, again, yeah, I use this a lot. They either gravitate to you or they stay away or they feel threatened. We don't have to fucking lie about it. You know why? Because we came out of the fucking gates like that. And if we didn't come out of the gates like that early in life, we did as we evolved into the people we are now. So even if I wasn't this person 20 years ago, that person was already there. And I've probably been this person for as long as you can remember. You know why? Because it doesn't make for juicy gossip. They don't have anywhere to go with it. What are they going to do with it? Who are you going to tell? When you live, again, not open, but you live open-minded, and you live your truth openly. You back up what you say. You live what you preach and what you post on social media, and you preach to other people. Unlike most of society, you have to ask yourself again, why the fuck do you give a shit about what people think? They're going to disown you? They're going to cut you off? They're going to quit talking to you? They're going to quit inviting you? They're going to demote you? See, this is what we got to quit doing in society. I'm saying whatever position you're in, especially leadership position. See, people don't really want to be connected with certain people who don't have their same value system. But just because people don't have our same value system doesn't mean they have a wrong value system. Is it hurting children? Is it trafficking? Is it promoting drug use? Is it racist? No, it's just not how you live. It's just not what you agree with. But a lot of y'all do shit on the slide. You do shit on the down low. You know why you do these things? Because you've already committed to a lifestyle. And you don't, I've talked about this before. It is so fucking difficult to try to undo what image we have already presented to people with our family, with our value system, with what we think about, whether it be politics, whether it be children, whether it be work, whether it be religion, whether it be sex. We don't want to have to do what, we don't want to have to go through what that undertaking is going to entail. You know why? Because we're going to lose people. Oh, I didn't know. See, that makes for juicy gossip. But if you are who the fuck people think you are already, they don't have nothing to fucking talk about and it loses its value. And people can't stand that. People can't stand when you won't compare. You won't be in competition, that you're not embarrassed, you're not ashamed. I wear it with me and my wife, for our life and for what I'm about, everything. Take that for whatever it is. We wear it with a fucking badge of honor. It's definitely not nothing to be ashamed of. In this fake everything society, actually being authentic, nothing to hide, and being who the fuck you are, unapologetically, not hurting anyone else, it's a fucking, definitely a compliment. And some of you who either stay away, criticize, have something to say, I'm going to talk about this in a more podcast. There's a lot of reasons people look up to people. And they never admit it. It's like, have you seen this quote on social media where it says, let's normalize when someone inspires us. Let's compliment them. Let's share their stuff. However it says it. Let's normalize admitting to that instead of making them the fucking competition. Instead of networking, instead of iron sharpens iron, instead of letting the right people gravitate to us and us gravitate to them. Instead, we make them a problem. We're making them an enemy. For whatever it is, whatever their lifestyle is, whether it be their sexual preference, whether it be their mindset, whether they're outside of the box thinking, whether it be their political views, whether it be whatever they stand for, however they talk, like I talk. People already have a group around them that accepts them, and they're usually people like them. And most of the mentality is whether they admit it or not, if they're not like us, we really can't let them in our group. We really don't want them representing us, or we don't want to know people that we represent them or we're in connection with them. That's what the fuck y'all do. That's not what I do. None of my friends, or if I even consider I even have that many friends anymore, people I know, are not based upon whatever race they are, whatever their religious choice is, whether that's not to be religious, their sexual preference. how much money they fucking make, what they do for a fucking living, where they live, how big their house is, what car they drive, how fucking long their beard is, how fucking heavy or skinny they are. Y'all are fucking stupid. And that's everything that's wrong with the fucking world. I think there was a time I thought about what people cared about because maybe I didn't want them to think I didn't make it. When my kids are younger, and that's really when the life I have now is totally different than that mentality when they were younger, before any of this tragic or any of this shit happened. You want them to think that you look what beginnings and background I came from, and look where I'm at now. But what's fucking making it? Unhappiness? Fucking settling? Going through the fucking motions of life? Being fucking dead in the inside and getting up and going through the motions every day? Think that's fucking making it because you got a good fucking house and good cars? And you fucking got a decent level of income? And you've been together a long fucking time? What's fucking making it? You have to ask yourself why you give a fuck what people think. See, when people hear me say that shit, they think for our age, you should care. Why? And here's the mentality. Again, I'm giving it to you quick for me. Is maybe if you wouldn't have said it this way in front of that person, maybe the promotion would have came. Maybe the support would have came. Maybe the network would have came. Let me assure you, we are who we are the first time every fucking time. And the reason I do that is to get that shit out of the way, no matter who it is. It's never an attack on them. I just talk like I fucking talk. Ask my fucking family. When my mom was alive, I talked like that. Why? Because she made me a man at 13 years old. I moved out and became on my own at 16. From that point on, I feel like I could say and do whatever the fuck I wanted to because I'm going to deal with the consequences and no one's going to save me. And they didn't. And I did deal with the consequences. To this day, that still stands true. I talk like that fuck in front of everybody. And people like us, if you go do your homework and do your research and educate yourself a little bit, we're more genuine. We're more authentic. We fucking give a fuck more about the things that matter. We just don't have to give a fuck about things that don't matter to us. For me, I give a fuck about things that matter to my family, that matter to my mission, that matter to my purpose. I ask myself, is it going to make a difference in a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? So what we do, like you heard me do this in a podcast a while back, we play defense. Maybe if I don't say, this is how fake friendships are started. We present ourselves in a certain way to get in, to get accepted, to get the promotion, to get the raise, to get the advancement, to get in the club. But sometimes that ain't really who we want to be. Maybe you just are that motherfucker. Maybe you are. And then we start a friendship based off of insincerity or a network or in any organization or club. Not being true to ourselves. And then we wonder, this is the same thing just for any friendship. When I say relationship, friendship or your significant other. You want to seal the deal. You want to reel them in. It'd be different if it's a business transaction and it's a one or two time deal. You don't have to have interactions with these people. You don't have to deal with them on a regular basis. A partnership, relationship, any kind of relationship with a significant other, marriage or partnership, whatever you agree upon. It's long term. So what we end up doing is we end up being dishonest with ourselves. And they're probably doing the same. You have a few drinks one night, something happens, or you do whatever, you fucking you let shit go, then you get pissed off. Then you fucking unload. This is what we do. This is why people like us, there was a time I was a lot more stressed. There was a time I was about to fucking explode. That's not this time now. I just get it fucking out. We can get it over with. Because the mentality of maybe if I wouldn't have said this, maybe if I wouldn't have did this, maybe if I didn't speak this way, maybe never say again. Never say names. Never talk about religion. Never talk about race. We'll talk about a little bit of politics and religion. Don't attack anyone's sexual preference, any of that. Then you feel like it fits. That's what it is. That's your own fucking guilty conscience barking. You should have to explain shit. Once you find out about somebody, you find out about their life, whatever it is. You know what they're about. Pick a category. If you know about me on anything, what is it? After that, what's the big deal? What's a big deal once you know about it? Mimosa, second one. Where are you going to go with it? What are you going to do? I'm just curious. Who are you going to gossip to about it? When the people that are engaged or in the relationship, the network, whatever it is, that they're all on the same page and they all talk and they're all in agreement with how they live and what they do on whatever it is. Where are you going to go with it? Pisses y'all off. Let me say it again. When we're not ashamed of what people think we should be ashamed of, it's because you're really worried about hurting the elders. When they didn't live so fucking traditional as it was either, neither have you probably. What you do, you're just dishonest about it. I ain't saying everybody needs to know everything. We reach out to me personally. We can talk about that. We're talking about you subscribe to a way of life for so long because when you were younger, that's what you seen. You thought that that's what you wanted. You thought that that's the way you're supposed to live. And you got older and your needs and your wants and your mentality and maybe the things that you've seen and the things you've absorbed, and you realize the people that really lived on their own terms like us, we weren't so crazy after all. We weren't so fucked up compared to the standard, conservative, traditional people you know. Not judging them, but we know a lot of people that say they're all those things and they're a lot more fucked up than some of us. The idea, what I was getting back to, was if they say, well, maybe if you would have did this or said this, maybe they would have did this. That's just a hook to try to make you feel like you missed out on something. The motherfuckers wasn't going to do it anyway. If they wasn't going to do it, when they seen the kind of person you are, not heard, your actions matched up with what you said. You lived it. You're dependable. You're reliable. You're fucking honest. You're savage because you won't let people sit and fucking waste their life. If you love people and you're so profound like I am about it, I would rather people leave my life than me sit there and watch them fuck the rest of their life up. Whether that be drugs, whether that be fucking being an alcoholic, whether that be fucking lazy, whether that be a fucking miserable relationship, whatever it is. I can still love you, but I don't have to see you every day. But the thing about it is, no, I'm not okay with it. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to... See, here's the difference. Of people like us, we're not trying to force our views on you. We're not trying to twist your arm to do nothing. We try to open up your mind and give you opportunity to take your life back if you never had it, or get it back if you once had it. Whatever this is, our goal is to open up your mind to a new way of thinking. It doesn't mean you have to do it, but here's what most people do. They criticize it. Even if they've never tried anything that we're talking, whether it could be fitness or anything. Whatever, if you know me, it's whatever you want to, whatever conclusion you want to draw, you can do it. Criticize it. But the people that live more fucked up, you don't criticize them. You'll say that's just the way it is, or they're trying to work it out, or, well, they got depressed, or they lost a person, or this. You make an abundance of excuses for them because it's relatable. That's why. It's relatable. Just because it's relatable doesn't make it more logical. But you have to ask yourself at the end of your life, or even at this point in life, if you're our age, where has it gotten you worrying about what the fuck people think? Especially on the internet, on all social media pages. Look, social media has a lot to do with everything I do, or I wouldn't be doing this. We're out comparing our lives to people that ain't fucking living like that. That's just what it's designed to do. That's why the young people are so fucked up. The thing makes you think that if you're not living like that, then you must be doing something wrong. You must be That's why the suicide rate and the fucking substance abuse, depression is higher than it's ever been. If you think that competing and competition and comparison keeping up with your fucking, what they call it, keeping up with the Joneses, and fucking little cliques and circles are bad as teenagers, you should try over 40. Because people have an idea where they think you should be. And if you're not, then you must be a fuck up. You must have did something wrong. Everyone has different goals. Everyone has a different mission. Everyone has a different mindset. And the thing is, we have so many people that often would criticize, or we love, some of them we love. I know some people that'll hear this and read my post on social media. Deep down, they're not jealous of cars and trucks. They're not jealous of fucking house. They're not jealous of money. There are people out there like that, but actually that percentage is small. They're jealous of how people gravitate to us. They're jealous of how we speak our truth. They're jealous of how we live our life. They're jealous of how much fucking grit and how much discipline and how much fucking callous mind we have. They're jealous because we shouldn't be who we are. Who the fuck do we think we are? They're jealous because we had the fucking nuts. We have the confidence to live on our fucking terms. You have to ask yourself, is it going to matter 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, old, sitting in a nursing home or on your deathbed, that you stopped well, let me go to this. You stopped whatever it is that you wanted to strive towards, regardless of failure being on the horizon. Failure is part of it. Whether it be dreams, goals, ambitions, whether it's to write that fucking book, whether it's to change that job, leave that fucking job, leave the fucking town, leave the fucking church, leave the fucking relationship. Get in fucking shape. Educate yourself. You start self-educating yourself. It doesn't matter the education level, school mentality, school structured degree, school structured education. You start educating yourself around a bunch of people that don't have serious conversations that you know aren't self-educated, you'll find yourself having less and less in common with them. And then it becomes a little uncomfortable. You start asking yourself, what the fuck are you doing around them all the time? I got more to say on this. Remember, it's not about not giving a fuck. It's about giving a fuck about the right things in alignment for me with my life, my family, my mission, my purpose, my goals. And if it's not, I don't give a fuck. Love y'all. Stay humble. Live savage.